switch scenes here. All right. So this one, I actually have a story to go along with it, because it's a different pub, and I'd have to look up where we ran into this other instance of them saving a pub. But it's really cool because this village basically, um, they bought it for themselves and for the town because it had been bought by a developer, and they didn't want this local pub to just go away. I'm pretty sure it's not the same one um, we visited when we were in Edinburgh. Um, but basically, like these villagers, the article goes on to say they're celebrating that they are reopening this local pub. And I think the date, yeah, this happened like a week ago, which is awesome. Oh, what's going on over in chat? Been alright, just modded someone streamed this morning. Now just making some graphics. Oh yeah, I'm so excited for our new squad name. It's so exciting. I definitely need to add that into everything once it's good to go. But yeah, so these villagers, they didn't want this building to go away, so they all just kind of took it upon themselves to raise 500,000 pounds to buy it off of the developer. And so it kind of goes through and talks about the fundraisers and events that they had to raise all this money over the span of pretty much like a decade, which, oh my God, that's crazy. But it's also so cool to see that like a community can come together because this pub meant so much to them that they would want to like keep that in their community. And so this reminds me, and I don't think it's the same one, but there was a pub we had gone to. We went to when we were in Scotland. It was one of the days that we had, it was a group of us. We had booked an experience with sheep. So we got to go have high tea with sheep. So, you know, it's corny, but it's cute. It was awesome ultimately. And so we had, I mean, the weather was shit in all honesty, like pouring down rain, all of that. But we had a really good time. And so afterwards we didn't want to, head back to Edinburgh just yet. But we had parked in town and we had to walk, I want to say it was like a mile and a half maybe, up to a farm pretty much on the hill. And when we got back, we of course were like, let's go get a drink somewhere. Where's the pub? And so we walked into the local pub. I want to say it was in the heart of this town. And we just hung out in the bar and kind of, people watched and things like that. And evidently they had a similar story like this where the pub had, I guess, been on the verge of like closing down or had closed down, and they wanted a way to like revive it. So the locals banded together and brought it back. So now the cool thing is each person that donated is now a partial owner in that pub. So now it's it's self-sustaining within the town. But it's just like, it's a cool story to hear about in terms of like people can band together for things like that, so I thought this, oh my gosh, excuse me, I thought this story was very very similar to some of the things we had experienced whenever we were there. So yeah, this definitely looks different because entirely different bar. But it's known, I think the bar itself is called or the community group is Save Our Sun, which I'm guessing the Rising Sun. Oh, appropriate name. I like that name. For the pub. Okay, that totally makes sense. So it looks like, where's it located? In Forest of Dean. And I'm gonna butcher the crap out of that. Gloucestershire. I feel like someone's gonna laugh at me in chat, but that's totally fine. But yeah, so this group saved it, and now it's just a part of their town. So they oh yeah, here's the details. The community sold shares of £100 each and managed to raise over 300K through fundraising. And then, oh, there was a grant from the government. That's awesome. Good morning, Atomic Bomb. Oh, you're using one of the corgi emotes. And then, of course, your bomb. Love it. How are you doing this morning? And thank you again for the sub. That was so kind. I was dealing with scuffiness on stream, so I had to end it and quickly restart it. So your sub did come through. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. The pub will, yeah, so quick little comment. So the pub will also be a community hub for voluntary groups, such as collecting the isolated and elderly for coffee mornings, parent and toddler groups, and job skills and clubs. So that, okay, that's awesome. They're finding a way to like give back back to the community in various ways. So that's awesome. So yeah, just a little nugget I found. I am doing good and much dessert. Oh, thank you. You're too kind. I saw you did a dedicated stream to that man. How was that? Sad to hear he had passed. Oh, my nose. My goodness. Oh, 1 second real quick. I'm just gonna... Oh, okay. Never mind. 1 second, guys. I'm back. All right. It's cold in the house, and we had our first freeze last night. Obviously, it's not anything to, like, freak out about necessarily. It wasn't, that cold. I'm talking we barely dipped into freezing temperatures and have come back up. But, yeah, my nose is not too kind to me this morning. Anywho. So this other article I found last night, so it was posted 2 days ago. This cat just walks across France to their old home and is reunited with her owners. Like, how nuts is that? And it reminds me of our old kitty. So, yeah, this cat traveled more than 280 miles to its old home before being reunited with its local owners and taken back to her new home. That is nuts. Oh, let's see, Atomic. It was a good stream. I think I opened up a can of worms though, because now I want to stream it when I already have like 10 games in rotation. Whoops. I mean, you can always go back to those other games, right? Yeah, Cyber, that, like, it's crazy that a cat knew where to go, but it kind of begs the question, like, where did it end up to have to go back? So let's see. So the owner moved her family and their 3 cats because of work reasons a year ago, leaving for a different region in France. Family took great care of their new location in Normandy and Concy, maybe, because they were worried they'd get lost in different surroundings. Okay, so back to her new home. She went missing. Okay, I'm guessing she must have gotten out then. The worried family with 2 had searched for her for 3 months. to stop her kids from worrying. She thought had probably gone home to look for them back in Ambly. Yet, not believing for a second it could be true. Wow. Sure enough, a stranger found a stray cat more than 450 kilometers away, just 5 miles from their previous home. So yeah, I guess she must have gotten spooked and then just went back home. It's crazy that they would have that kind of like sense to know to go back, you know? Let's see. On October 2nd, she saw a post of a cat found in Suli. The stay-at-home mom recognized her right away, but she looked completely different. I think you get to see the picture. So the adventurous feline was sent to the local veterinarian who confirmed the missing animal was 10 years old and had been spayed. Okay. Well, she was taken care of at least, you know? That's crazy. Nothing unfortunate happened to her, you know? Yeah, Elden Ring has been on hold for 2 months, so what's another 2 months? Right, I mean, it's just Elden Ring, right? When he called... Oh, wait. Photos were exchanged and asked her father to go identify her, so I'm guessing the dad was still around. He was reluctant because he couldn't believe it was possibly that cat. I mean, yeah, I get it. Traveled across the country. When he called me that day, I saw my dad cuddling my cat on the phone. So okay, that's her dad. And then, oh, look at her. She does look like she's seen some things in comparison to this picture for sure. He tried to call the cat by different names and she only responded to Kosi. Kosi, maybe? My son was very skeptical until we went to pick her up, but as soon as we got there, she recognized, oh, my heart. See, like things like this just makes it better to start the week in a different mindset. So it's very exciting that they were all reunited. But I think, I'm trying to think if I have any stories on that one. I know, I think there was one time I had let our cat out by accident. I had let out the dog and left the screen door kind of cracked open, and our cat got out, and this was like me getting ready for work and all that, and lo and behold, like the cat got out, and at that time we were kind of on a busy-ish street, but he came back. I want to say he came back within 2 days, if I'm not mistaken. So like our household was absolutely in a wreck. I felt like a terrible person for that to have happened and things like that. And then what we did, we actually just left his food and litter box out, and he was able to like come back. I mean, he's an indoor cat. That's the other thing. He would only be like, he would venture outside. He would like his time outside. He would like to see all the birds. He didn't do the whole like cackle thing that cats do. I think I only heard it like a handful of times, maybe, but his sister would do that constantly. Like to this day, she does it. But it wasn't unheard of for him to be outside with us while we're grilling or something like that. And he just recognized the area, like the backyard, like, oh, I could, I have a parental unit with me, and I'm good going out and things like that, and didn't think twice of it. And then I guess he got lost in the backyard, got out, and then like I said, we had his stuff outside on the front porch. And he came back. Like I want to say it was like middle of the night probably, when he came back. So it's interesting to see animals, that truly know like their home and establishment, things like that, that they're able to come back no problem. So Yeah. Let's see. Elden Ring isn't as good as the past Souls games. I like them more. Yeah. And that one's created by the same team, right? It's not the same universe. It's just the Soul likes category, right? And I think the team that did it, I think. All right, looks like I'm lagging terribly again, which is very unfortunate. My luck on my first affiliate stream, naturally. But at least my voice is coming through okay. Yeah, so okay. Nothing else at the moment. Man, I don't want to end this stream early, but I know I'm going to be back on later tonight. So hopefully this figures itself out, because I honestly haven't been having issues for a few weeks. Like, I want to say a month, and now it's starting back up for whatever reason. So I will have to figure out what's going on. But yeah, I think tonight, pending all of this, I'm doing a collab with a couple of VTubers, actually. They are wanting to play Phasmo. I have never played Phasmo, so this will be interesting. And hopefully my internet behaves so I can actually play Phasmo. But yeah, I sadly may have to cut this short because I know I get very like meh when it comes to streams being like laggy. So if anything, I'll see how kind of things are panning out over the next like hour. I might be back on, but seems like I gotta figure out what's going on here. But I do appreciate everyone stopping in. Cyber, thank you so much for the bits. That's so kind of you. And then Atomic, thank you for the sub. Yeah, hopefully this is kind of temporary with whatever is going on. And if I can be back on in a little bit, then I will be. But for some reason, there's a lot of, I guess, internet traffic or upload traffic going on right now for whatever reason. But I will look at Atomic's comment. Elden Ring just feels too empty and boring in the open world. Yeah, I could definitely see that. I know there's a lot of like cool monsters and it's very difficult at points. The boss fights are fun, at least like from what I've watched. Not a game I necessarily care to play, but I'm not big on like the Souls-like games. I have more fun watching people play it and then seeing their frustration in a lot of ways. So there's that. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it here, sadly. And like I said, I should be back on at least one more time this afternoon. So my collab, I'll be back on around 5 p.m. So if you guys want to stop in, say hi then. It should be better. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I do plan on these being a normal stream, couple of hours at least. I think it feels more like that because of No Town NPCs, different in open world. Yep. Yeah, Witcher 3 is a good example. Yep. I definitely agree. Yeah, it definitely feels more of the let me just go beat up things or go to the most difficult boss to beat up and beat my head on that for like 4 hours. And hopefully by then, beat the person. So, all right, gang, I will be back later on. So everyone, like I said, enjoy the rest of your Sunday and we will talk soon. Bye, everyone.